Whenever.
We have Betrayal at House on the Hill.
That's proof that we have it.
Yes, brand new.
Ooh.
The new limited edition. This was going for $170 on eBay, the original edition of this, when it went out of print. And I think some poor souls out there are still paying $170. Kind
of like the Space Hulk thing.
Kinda. But see, this is back in print now. This came out Tuesday, October 7th. This is Friday. We're recording this because it just came in at 11 this morning. Brand new, fixed edition. That was one of the complaints about the old edition, is that some of the scenarios were not quite play tested right. They had errors in them. There were mistakes in the book. Things were left out. The most notorious piece of errata, one of the actual floor tiles with the underground lake, was listed as a top floor tile.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes.
Is that the version that we played?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the underground lake shows up on the upper floor, and you're just like, oh, well, we have to go to the basement now. Because it's an underground lake. You can't have that in the attic. Already, I can tell that the production quality is higher on this because you can see that sort of cross-hatching to it. That's that Fantasy Flight linen printing kind of.
We are fans of the Fantasy Flight production.
And Avalon Hill has obviously learned something from this.
Yep.
The redesigned tokens, and there are lots of them, and they're nice and thick too. You can see the quality of that card stock there.
Yeah.
These are not flimsy. They look a lot. The floor rooms themselves look a lot like the old ones.
Let's go. They're damn fluorescent lights.
Yeah. We can pop these open in a second and get a closer look at them. The cards, again, they look the same as the old version, but there are new cards in here. There are more items. There are more haunts in the scenario book. Of course, you have the rules. You have the book for the good guys. And you have
Athletic Survival.
The book for the bad guys. One of the things that they've been touting about this is that some of the new haunts, some of the new scenarios actually have a hidden traitor. You don't know who the enemy is.
Oh, interesting.
We'll check that out at some point. I'll be doing a review of this very soon. Of course, we get to the bits. The bits are awesome. We love the bits. We love the miniatures.
Bits.
The same miniatures as before, but they're good quality miniatures. Unlike a lot of the plastic miniatures of this type, that tend to break at the feet or whatever because people will push down on them and their ankles will break. These have held up since I owned the original version that came out in 2004. So if these are made of the same stuff, they're pretty good. Yeah. Of course, we have the classic Betrayal dice with the weird numbering, the zeros, ones, and twos. That's all that shows up on the dice. And of course, the obligatory little black slider pieces for the character pentagons that we will be seeing later, which are in with the other bits. Events, items, omens, all together. I think we can pretty much skip over those because the cool stuff is in here. The
rooms.
House.
The house.
Let's pop the house.
Not called Betrayal Bits on the Hill.
No. Well, I mean, you use bits to betray people. Yes. Kind of like Games Workshop. Oh, wait, did I say that?
Uh-oh.
Tough plastic on this, too.
I see that. I have some scissors if you need it.
Yes, we may need that.
Good.
Oh, wait, I got it.
You got it.
Yes, I use my car keys to cut things open.
That's right, I use my car keys to cut that box open.
Principal Skinner doesn't let me have knives. Alright. Same labeling as on the back, too. You can tell the different floors.
Upper ground basement.
3-story mansion.
Upper now water free. Groundwater free.
We hope. Let's find it. Let's see if we can find it. Where are you, underground lake? Oh, here are the other bits. Here's the character sheet, the character records.
Yep.
With the black sliders that go around the edges. Yep. I noticed that they've moved them in a little further, so that the numbers aren't as close to the edges, and that's probably a nice idea too, because I noticed on the old ones the sliders would cover up the number that you were on, so you couldn't really see what it was. You'd have to kind of scoot it a little bit. Here's some of the actual monster tokens too. There's good old Dracula and Crimson Jack, the worst serial killer in history. Hopefully they fixed his haunt. Some of the other ones here. There's the two heads of the Ouroboros from one of my favorite scenarios, the gigantic snake that's eating the house. That's a fun scenario. I've died every single time.
We did not play that scenario.
No, we have not played that one. But I played that one with another group. Here's some of the other cool tokens, which are a lot more nice looking. They used to all be text, and now they're actual icons, so you can see what you're dealing with. Yeah. And specters and black ooze and crawling hands and tentacles and all kinds of cool stuff.
Everything a haunted house needs.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks, I mean, it's just as sturdy as the old one. Nice thick cardstock.
Yeah.
Nice die cutting on the pieces. This is definitely worth it. I got my copy at Troll and Toad. I will give them
Absolutely, they're right there.
I'm mistaken on that. I got something else at Troll and Toad. I got this at Cool Stuff Inc.
Cool Stuff Inc. But we'll give both of them shout outs
because
they're
Troll and
both
Toad's
great.
got it as well. Yeah, I've got other stuff coming from Troll and Toad, and they're good store as well. This retails for I think $60, but I got my copy something like $35.
Okay, all right. So you can find it at bargain prices.
And this just came out this week, so it's definitely in stock. You could probably find it at a local game store if you've got a good local game store. I'm trying to find it. There's the Underground Lake.
There she is.
And where is it? It's in the basement.
In the basement. Look at that.
Yeah, magic. One other shout out I want to give, two of the new scenarios that were added for this edition, designed by a friend of mine, Steve Darlington, game designer in Australia.
Nice.
So shout out to Steve D.
Congratulations, Steve.
And it looks like there are still only 50 haunts, not 58. They basically jettisoned 8 of the old ones. And back when they announced they were reprinting this, they had a contest. Wizards actually asked for people to submit their own haunts. So there are 8 new user-submitted haunts here, plus the cleaned up old ones. And the rulebook.
Good old rulebook.
So yeah, lots of stuff packed into this box for... Like I said, it's only like $35 for most online retailers.
It's Betrayal at House on the Hill.
And make sure you look for this. The green cover as opposed to the old red.
Second edition, it says right there.
Yeah,
too.
Second edition right there. Spooky house on the cover.
Yep. Spooky house. You can tell by the kind of the lines on the cardboard too.
Yeah, the linen printing is a higher quality too.
Apparently ages 12 and up.
Yeah, so it is a little spooky. It is meant to be a horror game.
Yeah,
so there's some stuff that might be disturbing to kids in here.
If you don't like your snakes eating houses, probably not the game for you.
Yeah, well, there's like demon possession.
Sure.
There's Cthulhu. There's Dracula. There are werewolves. There are witches. You know, it's the sort of thing like if you're watching a campy old horror movie, you're probably not going to be scared by it.
Yeah.
But a kid might be.
Sure.
So this is definitely trying to get into that.
Just in time for Halloween too.
Just in time for Halloween. That was the thing that disappointed me. Is Mansions of Madness by Fantasy Flight isn't going to be out until November 30th.
Delayed it. Yeah.
So this, for now, is your haunted house fix.
Yep.
For the time being.
All right. Thanks a lot, Neal.
You're welcome. Thank you, Adam.